Hey guys, it's Hobie Hill with Deep Dungeon Games. So on this one, we're going to be playing Faces from Diception, the original one. And with that, you're going to learn the card to dice rules, and really just hopefully you'll enjoy the video and you'll learn how to play Faces. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so I've ditched the rolling pad, so I just have this lovely little big gigantic mouse pad I have here. And so we're going to be doing faces in this example. So to start, I'm going to read off the rules. Everyone draws a face card, ace, queen, king, or jack. Refer to dice to card rules, and I'll explain that here in a second. Each player may draw no more than 6 cards. They may draw them all at once, or if they're gambling, they may wait and choose to see how the game goes. Once a player or the dealer has drawn 6 cards, they are done for the round. The game can last no more than 4 rounds. If the player or the dealer forgets to draw one or the remaining cards for the round, the rules of too bad, so sad go into effect. So if you the game gets called and everyone's like, hey, let's see how many face cards you had, basically, then you're like, oh wait, I forgot to draw one. It's like, well, sorry about your luck. You either can, pull one, draw, and gamble, kind of like how in Texas Hold'em, there's the river and things of that nature. But with this, it's a little different. So essentially, the only way you can draw a face card is with a D10. And I understand that there's not a perfect example of this because obviously in the decks there would be obvious issues, right? So I do have a piece of scratch paper here, but normally you would just, keep your own notes or whatever you need to do for this. And, this is the one time that the players kind of can roll behind the screen in a way and kind of hide their own dice and things of that nature. You can do it to where, you all roll and show, or you can do it to where, you literally draw, roll 6 times and see how many you do. So we're going to do it one at a time here, guys. So the goal is, with all the cards, you have ace through 10. So that's a 1 through a 10, right? So what I've done essentially is for the dice to card rules is you roll a d10 and then you roll a d4. Okay, so if an ace is a double 1. So if you roll a 1 on the d4 and a 1 on the d10, that's a ace. If you roll a 2 on the d4 and 1 on the d10, that's a jack. If you roll a 3 on the queen or 3 on the d4 and a 1 on the d10, that is a queen. And a d4 roll with a 4 showing will give you a king with a 1 on the d10. Sorry, that was a little bit of a jumbled mess there as I'm trying to talk to you guys through the nether of the world. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to do 2 players here, right? Real simple, easy concept because I'm doing this all by myself. So I have the percentile here for one player, and I have the regular d10 for the other. So we're going to roll, so that's a 5. That's a 9. So at this point, if you were gambling, you could, bluff if you wanted to. Or, you could do something different. You know what I mean? So I did a little tally real quick. So this is roll 2. So that's a 5 again. So we got a face card for player 1. So that's an obvious face card. Anytime you roll that 1. So that's a 6. That's an 8. So no face cards there. Okay, a 7 and an 8. So no face cards. I think that was number 4. So we got a 2 and a 2. And then the last roll, a 7 and a 3. So basically what happened was player 1 drew 1 face card. Right now they have the winner. And they may know it, they may not know it, depending on the gambling and everything like that. And so, in these videos, I'm going to add the lore segment that I just love because I think it adds a segment to your game that's just so much more fun. The worlds were once respected by the name of a legendary general, Graham MacLeod, known as Ironclad, by the troops who loved and feared him. General MacLeod used his game to explain the difference between soldiers and warriors to his captains. He was fond of saying, 10 soldiers will die to the hand of 1 warrior. It was a simple way to express the important lesson, but reverence for MacLeod was largely been lost to the mists of time. And so what I did was essentially that, a really good fighter, a really good warrior can, make the difference between numbers. And that was kind of the history behind this game that I designed. But that's it, guys. I mean, that's a simple, easy game to play. Player 1 would have won, depending on the gambling and everything like that. I mean, it's real simple. So if you guys got any questions, just put it in the comments below.